Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. Homage to Master Tupten Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, Golden Mother of the primordial pond. Sumo, Danzan Kato, Tuten City, Tuten Kama, all Dhamma masters, Dhamma lecturers, Dhamma teachers, Dhamma instructors, Dhamma tutors, temple and center directors, all disciples present here and over the internet. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do?
Aishiteru Sharange Hola amigo Te quiero mucho Sugoi Ichiwa Kimochi Jumi Yapi Purin Purin Konnichiwa现在先通知大家
First, I would like
下个
to
礼拜天
announce
是12月10号
for next Sunday,
下午
December 10th,
3点 PM 是阿弥陀佛
at
的
Sunday 3
护摩法
p.m.
会
there would be Amitabha Homa fire offering ceremony.
今天是瑶池金母，下礼拜是阿弥
Today
陀佛。
is Golden Mothers, and next Sunday, Amitabha. So does it mean that the following week there will be Siddhikarma Bodhisattva? Then there would be 3 of my yidams, my 3 yidams.
下个礼拜是阿弥陀佛的护摩法会。
So next Sunday there would be Amitabha Homa fire offering ceremony.
那大家都知道阿弥陀佛了，这不用介
And
绍。
everyone knows Amitabha Buddha. There is no need for me to introduce. In every household, there's Amitabha and Avalokitesvara Kuan Yin in every home.
要度众生，很多的阿弥陀佛。
And Amitabha Buddha has delivered many sentient beings.
今天有人生日
Today is someone's birthday, so
生日歌吧。
let's sing a birthday song.
是那么乌拉达文扎米乌扎干，是那么的班扎乌木吉达干多阿干，是那么的萨德拉。 塞哈僧多沙，是那么的班扎乌丹塔阿吉呀 ！Happy birthday！ 那今天是瑶池金母的护摩。
Today is Golden Mother's Homa, and I have talked about Golden Mother many times.
没有瑶池金母
Without Golden Mother, there will not be
没
Grandmaster
有
Lu.
卢师尊呢，
And without Grandmaster Lu, there would not be True
没
Buddha
有真
School.
佛宗呢，
Without True
就不
Buddha
会有
School,
今天
there will
这样
not
的
be
全世界生活中的道场。
like there will not be true Buddha school, Dharma centers and temples all around the world like today.
刚刚看了中委会做
Just now, we watched the video prepared by True Buddha Foundation
为师母这个祈福的
to pray for grandmasters and sumus. I sincerely thank you.
当初的要求经文，要我出来度化众生。
Back then, Golden Mother asked me to come out to deliver sentient beings, and I replied, I know nothing. And then she said, in the future, you would be able to. And I gradually learned until today. Since I was 26, all the way till now. And I'm almost 80 according to Taiwanese calendar.
时间过得很快。
Time is fleeting.
希望这个传承
I hope
会一直的持续下去。
the lineage will continue endlessly.
千秋万岁，香烟不断，一直有这个传承。
It continues for thousands of years, enjoying the incense continually, so that all true Buddha school disciples can be bathed in the Buddha's light and receive the deliverance of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas.
有所谓的智力，
Spiritual cultivations. In spiritual cultivation, there are self-power and others' power. Like Amitabha Buddha, if you pray to him,
那就是你将来能够到了西方极乐世界。
then in the future you would be able to go to Sukhavati.
他的力量。
That's by relying Amitabha Buddha's others' power to go to the Pure Land in the West. And you need to cultivate spiritually by your own power, and that's fine too. However, self-power is like the precepts, meditation, and wisdom, and they are not very easy at all. That's why you need to combine both self-power with others' power. In the Tibetan Buddhism Kagyupa, Shambhaka Kagyu, to treat the invocation as the fundamental practices, which means you have to invoke or to offer the invocation prayer. We pray to the three primary alliances of the Western paradise of Sukhavati, Amitabha Buddha, Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, and Mahastama Prapta Bodhisattva. When we chant Amitabha Buddha's name, Amitabha Buddha's vows manifest as the three stages of the West to guide us to the Western Pure Land, Sukhavati. This is very important. It's the same with the Golden Mother.
还有一个云土隐藏起来的。
She also has a hidden Pure Land, which is the Yaozi Fairyland, Primordial Pond, Pure Land or Fairyland, and Golden Mother is the Great Golden Sage. We say Sakyamuni Buddha is also a golden sage. We also refer to him as a golden sage. Golden Mother. Like a mother nourishing the children. And the children rely on the mother. And we have our own power and also Golden Mother's power. Then you would be able to go to Golden Mother's pure fairyland. And Golden Mother has many Dharma practices. The Golden Mother Deity Yoga, the 8 healing practices, the 9 turnings, Golden Mother's wealth practices, the water practices, the instant money, the body replacement, and the wrathful Golden Mother, Tiger Head Vajra, the black face Golden Mother, and there are many Dharma practices of Golden Mother. I often chant this mantra. In Taiwanese. I often chant this mantra. And then I chant the 9-syllable mantra. And that's the mudra for this 9-syllable mantra. To bless Simo. In a very short time, then she can recover her energy. It's often like that. In that book 297, it's written, and she, every time she's not able to move, I would carry her into the car to the Seattle Litsang Temple, the Tantric quarters, and the trip was a short few minutes. But in that short time, I would chant mantra to bless her and chant Hiking Sutra. And when we arrived, she forgot that she was carried onto the car, but she's able to walk down the car. Every time it's like that. And many people here have seen that. Please raise your hand if you know. Many people. That's how sumo is. When getting on the car, she could not, and I had to carry her into the car. But in that few short trip, when she gets off the car, she can walk and sometimes even run. So I call the car is a healing car. I wrote it in the book, in that Inconceivable Events Chronicle, book 297. So Golden Mother is incredible. She's very stringent. You could not undermine or undermine her or take it too lightly. I'm very grateful to to Golden Mother, because when I was 26, because of her, started teaching me until today, 80. I'm still studying. You cannot overlook Golden Mother. The wisdom of a human life, for the worldly wisdom, wisdom for transcending the world. And other methods for the worldly and the great wisdom for transcending the world are still to be learned. Spiritual cultivation is not an easy matter. Let me share jokes.
这个闺蜜因为晨跑跟男朋友结缘。
My best friend found her boyfriend in the morning run, and she told me the secrets. You have to take initiatives. You have to be brave and warm. So I ran in the morning several days, but at this morning, an older man stopped me and asked, "Hey, fat girl, what did you do to those young men who ran in the morning and now they don't run anymore?"
阿公跟阿嬷参观了养猪场。
Grandpa and Grandma went to the pig farm.
看见猪，看见猪呢挂了奖牌。
And they saw that the pigs are wearing medallion. 年纪大了，咽到口水也会呛到。 When you're old, just the saliva can make you choke.
祖父祖母参观养猪场，看见猪
So the grandpa and grandma
好奇的
went to the pig farm and saw the pigs wearing medallions, and they were curious and asked. So the owner said that the bronze medal is mating once a week, and the silver medal is twice a week. And the gold medal is 3 times a week mating. And the diamond medal is for the one mating every day. And Grandma, hearing that, told the grandpa, and you don't even deserve a bronze medal. Not so funny.
这属于美国的笑话哈。
This is American joke.
M 杜先生下班以前打电话
Congressman
说下班要带同事回家。
called his wife that after work I will bring my coworker home, so please take down everything made in China, because otherwise they would accuse us not to support Trump. And when he got home, the doors is gone, the windows gone, and all the furniture's decorations are all gone. And as he was standing there in shock, he saw the wife walking out without anything on her. At that time, things in all parts of America are made in China, including clothes. Food, clothing, places, your homes and your transportations. Now we'll do the Q&A. A few words. Let me say it. I should say it. To avoid being summoned by the National Security Department, please keep my name anonymous and the country. The Earth is not that small. But the Earth is actually very small, but it's also not that small. All the countries in the world recognize True Buddha School. To sigh. Let's not talk about it. Grandmaster, peace. Recently, reading Grandmaster's latest book, Samsaric Affections or Multiple Lifetimes of Romantic Affinity, I learned that the 8 white Dakinis, Lady Yunhua, etc., and others were born into the human world with Grandmaster. These reincarnations of great gods also have extraordinary spiritual causes and conditions. For example, the 8 white Dakinis receive wisdom empowerment from Grandmaster's Dharma bodies and use secret methods to open chakras and decisively cut off afflictions and attachments with profound practices. Their achievements are extraordinary, But we disciples with low spiritual roots, reaching such a state is nearly impossible, if not over many years. So, however, I also have the aspiration to establish Lichang Temple on this land beneath my feet and spread the true Buddha Dharma. Thus, I have a few questions. Could you please advise? 1. For us disciples who are not of high spiritual capacities, in the future, after we establish a Lichang temple, should we just invite these great practitioners like the Dakinis to lead the temple and spread the Dharma? This is, of course, generally speaking,
上根器、中根器、下根器，你有这样子的
superior spiritual capacity, middling spiritual capacity, and inferior spiritual capacity. But since you have such an aspiration, that means you have superior spiritual capacity. Because generating bodhicitta is extremely important. Like stated in the Vimalakirti Sutra, that they, upon hearing the words of Vimalakirti, they generated Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. That's generating the motive, the intent. By generating such a mindset, then you are of the high spiritual capacity. Spreading Buddha Dharma, establishing temples, and of course it's best to have someone with superior spiritual cultivator to guide, but you are too of high spiritual capacity, because there are some who start spiritual cultivation earlier and some later. So you can have those people who know more to lead the newer ones, or people who have the experiences, so that you don't walk the wrong path. The second question. Although I understand the non-duality of Buddha nature and that everyone originates from Vairocana Buddha, and understand the concept that everyone is Vairocana Buddha, however, in dreams I have seen fragments of my past lives. I was not of great origin, but a little boy entrusted by Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva to Padma Kumara, a mischievous child, a naughty boy. The Bodhisattva specifically requested Grandmaster to strictly discipline and train me. Though I know only this part of my life, my past life, and not everything, I worry about my own naughtiness, not being able to liberate myself, let alone others. Hence, I feel timid in my vow to promote the true Buddha Tantric Dharma. Therefore, I wonder, should ordinary people like us undertake the tasks of the Tathagata, or just aspire to assist and help great disciples with strong spiritual roots, such as the White Dakinis, Lady Yunhua, or Padma Kumara, to spread the Dharma? I bow 3 times. He's saying that he's not able to undertake the task of the Tathagata, and he just wants to be number 2 or number 3. So this is the number 2 philosophy. So other people would suffer more hardships, and then you just take it easy following. But I feel since you have the mindset, that means you are of superior spiritual capacity or high spiritual root. I am not saying that I am of superior spiritual capacity, but I do my tasks every day. Every day I practice. I never stop. I make the best use of time. Like every night when I go home, like tonight, Master Lin Qi is driving. As soon as I get on the car, I would do my practice until we get to home, until we arrive home. It's never that. Is that the case that every time I ride in your car, I would practice? So coming or going home, Grandmaster is always practicing in the car. I don't dare to say that when my body is coughing or something, I'm still doing it. Look at the Bardo deliverance. I never skip a day. Not a day. I don't dare to stop. As soon as there's time to practice, I would do it. I'm not looking out the windows or I don't know. The scenery is along I-90 now. I close my eyes and I start to practice until we arrive. Then I open my eyes. It's never skip, not even once. That's the spirit I have. Such a spirit. Actually, I'm very stupid. I continually repeating the same Dharma practice every day, day after day after day. The same thing, writing the books or articles or painting, performing Dharma practice, spiritual deliverance, benefiting sentient beings. It doesn't matter whether it's superior, middling, or inferior spiritual root. I just do it every day. I set the rules for myself. If, like last night, I got home very late, so I didn't sleep until after 2 a.m. When I got on bed, I realized that I did not pray to Golden Mother, Taikat Vajra in Kalachakra. I was already on the bed and I got down again. Got off the bed to quickly go to in front of the altar and then pray to Golden Mother Taikat Vajra again. It was very late. It's after 2 a.m. Everybody's already asleep, very quiet. Because at first I forgot. I got off the bed and then immediately did it, and before I got back to bed and to Kalachakra. At all age, sometimes I forgot, but I definitely cannot forget practicing Dharma. I am this dumb.
所以跟这位先生讲
So I'm telling this person,
我自己认为自己也不是大根器
the same. I don't think I'm of high spiritual root, but I definitely have to complete my homework today. I cannot even forget praying to them or invocation. Therefore, I can say, doesn't matter how hard or how difficult it is, you still have to do it. Like this, my throat is not well, but I still have to get up to the Dharma throne. And they prepare these tissues to wipe my nose. My nose was running continually, even during lunch today. There's nothing I can do. So the only way I knew is to take some alcohol, and then the runny nose stopped. And now I choke on the saliva. When I was young, on this Dharma throne, I was so boastful, saying that if you hear me sneeze, I will give you $500. If you hear me cough, I would give you $500 and sneeze $1,000. But if I say it now, then I would lose a lot of money. I cough and sneeze. But when I was young, you wouldn't be able to hear me cough or sneeze. That's why I said, if you heard me cough once, I'll give you $500. If you hear me sneeze once, I'll give you $1,000 US dollars. That was when I was young, but now everybody heard it, and even doesn't matter how much money I have, that would be enough to give out. So it's different now than before.
A
patient complained to the doctor, my left leg is really painful, and the doctor said, we checked and tested your legs, so this is a problem of old age. And the patient said, how can it be possible? Because my left leg and right leg are of the same age, but I have no pain on the right leg. And the doctor couldn't say anything. The big bro got some a double cylinder gun at home, and every time his wife loses temper, then he would play with this gun there. And then it worked because it always stopped the argument before it even started. So I couldn't. So I asked the wife, so you're afraid that he's going to kill you? No, I'm just afraid that he's going to kill himself.
年纪大了，电话也不响，聚会也没有
In
人
old
来约，
age,
日子越来越
the
亲
phone
近。
doesn't ring.
回想这些年赚了个
Nobody
3亿，
makes a
一个是
date.
回忆，一个是失
And
忆，
then,
一个是
this is
非常不
Chinese
容易。
puns.
这个就是人生。
Yeah. It's...
好，我们讲维摩诘经。银河为离，
Now we'll talk about
什么叫做
Vimalakirti
离
Sutra.
呢？离就是离开的意思。
So, how
离
to
我
abandon?
跟我所，
By abandoning I
离开
and
这个我
mine.
跟我所
Abandoning I and mine.
我昨天讲到主跟宾，
Last night I was talking about the master and the guests, or the host and the guests.
我所
So I is also the guest, and mine is even more so the
这个
guest.
所谓的离开我跟我所，
So the so-called
一般来
abandoning
讲，在
I
佛教里
and
面是这样子。
placement of me and mine.
一般人都
In
执着
Buddhism,
我，
they are considered as two
你因
attachments.
为执着我，
Most people are attached to self or I, and because of that, you have afflictions.
这个我所，又执
And
着着
when
我
you're
所，
also
那
attached
更加
to
烦恼。
mine, then you're even more afflicted.
什么是我？根
What
本就没
is
有我。
I or self?
什么是我所？
There is fundamentally no
也是空的。
self or no I. And
房
what
子、
is
车子
mine?
啊，
That's
你
also
身上带的
empty.
东西，
The houses,
所有
cars, things you
都是空的。
wear,
你的衣服，这个
everything are
我，
all empty. They all
这个我本来就不是你的，
rely on I.
但你执
And
着因
I
为
is
有我
also not yours.
跟我所有，
And because you are attached to I and
所以
mine,
这个必须
that's why you have attachments and afflictions. So you have to abandon them.
离开我跟我所，这个意思。
So to abandon I and mine.
因何离我跟我所，为离二法，
How to abandon I and mine,
跟我所法，
which are
法就是宾。
two dharmas.
因何离二
The
法？
dharmas are
为
the
为什
guest.
么要离开二法呢？为不念内外诸法行于平等。
And why we want to abandon I and mine
这个解
is
释
not to think
为
of
不念
anything
内
internal or
外诸
external
法行于平等。
and act
你
impartially.
离开了自我，就是说你并不是说
So
你
by
做每一件
abandoning
事情都为我自己
I
做的。
that means you don't do anything for your own sake.
真料息啊！咳嗽500块，
Oh,
大家都听。
no. $500 for hearing me
喉咙真的
cough.
是不太好。
My throat is really not well.
这个叫平等舍了。我们讲实在话，
This
就
is
是说
equal
做任何事情，并不是为我做，
equanimity.
也不是为我
So
所
you
所
do everything not for your own sake or for
没为什么，
everything you
就是这样子做。
yours. And there is no reason, you just do it.
我刚刚讲了，
Like I
我
just
做超
said,
度法，
I perform virtue deliverance. And I don't do it for any
也不是为
specific
我做。
intent. It's not for
那
myself
你为什么做？
either.
我就是这样子做。
Then why do you do it? I just do it.
那你目的是什么？我没有什么目
And
的。
what is your purpose?
但是我就是这样
There's
子
none.
做。这叫
I'm
平
just
等。
doing it. That's
平等
called
是
equality.
把时间
Equanimity
花在修法。
or impartiality. So I spend my time on Dharma practices.
说要救度众生吗？这口号太大了。
So saying that I want to deliver sentient beings, that's too boastful.
我就是这样子做而已。这叫平
I'm
等。
just doing it, that's
我并
all.
没有分善，
That's called
并没有
equality.
分恶，也
I
并没有
don't
分
discriminate whether
这
it's
个
good or
哪里
bad,
人。只要来的就是有缘。
who
那些
they
有
are
缘
from.
众只要来的就是有缘。
Anyone that comes, that means they have affinity. All the spirits that come
不念内外，
means they have
诸法平等
affinity.
迎合平等。
So it
什么
means
叫做
not to
平
think
等？
of anything
为
internal
我
or
等
external
涅槃，
and act equally. What is
一切
equality?
都是极静。
It means equality between self and nirvana. Nirvana means
为
serenity.
我等涅槃等。为什么会这样呢？我
Why
与
is
涅
it so?
槃此二皆
It is
空。
because self and nirvana are both empty. Of course, self is empty. And nirvana is the true emptiness. Both
以
are
何为空？
empty.
但以
Why are
名
they
字
empty?
故空。
It's because they are merely names. Therefore, they are empty. And what is emptiness?
这个名字就是空啊，
The name is
像卢生言
empty.
就是空啊。其实
Like
法
Sang
也
Yen
是空，
Lu is empty.
什么都是
The
空，
Dharma is empty
我
too.
们只是做，
Everything is empty.
并不为什
We
么。
just do,
这个也是空啊。
not for any reasons. Those are empty too.
如此二法无决定性，
And thus both dharmas are not
跟
definite.
我所，
I
不执
and
着我
mine,
跟我所，
you're not attached or you don't cling to I
并没
and
有自
mine.
信，都不是自信。
They have no self-nature.
大
They
家
are
知道
not
了，我就是
self-nature.
四大假合嘛。
We all know that I is an aggregate of the four elements. The five aggregates, the panchaskandhas, the five skandhas are also empty. The four elements are also empty.
四大假
This
合，
I is also empty. They are just a combination, aggregate of the four elements.
没有自信，我所更没有。
Without self-nature.
这个
Mine is even less so.
像我使用的、身上带的，
Like what I use, what I wear are actually all empty. And in the future, we don't know where they would go to. They are definitely not yours.
都不是你的东西。
They are not yours.
如果这样子叫做平等舍，无有一病，
In such a case,
就
it's
不会
called
有什么
the equality and economity.
还有
Then there would be no
妄想
illnesses,
都不会有。
no delusions, afflictions, or inverted thinkings,
唯
or
有
just
空病，
scattered thinking.
空病，只剩下
Once equality is attained, there is no room for
这个病
illnesses.
也是空的，
There is only
病也是
the
空的，
illness, and the illness is also
唯有
empty.
空病，空病亦空。
There is only the illness of emptiness, and this illness is
这个
also
维摩诘讲
empty.
的真的是空空的，因为全部都是空
Reading
嘛。
what Vimalakirti said is all empty, empty, everything is empty.
不做就是玩空。
Then why do you do anything? If you don't do anything, that's not good because that means nihilism. If you are disinterested. If you're not interested in anything, that means nihilism. Like Master Lien Tzu in Vancouver. Please be seated. She's planning to build a huge lotus-like temple. Is moving, and someone is investing. A Muslim is investing a huge area, and they want to partner to build a huge Lechang temple. And she brought the blueprint for Simu and I to see. But she forgot that she's already old. Had it been me, I wouldn't think of those things at all. Now I don't think of anything at all. A pool of spring water flowing east. What is it related to me? I have no plan at all. I just cultivate spiritually, doing my Dharma practices, painting, writing, giving spiritual consultation to live my days. I never think about where to go, or in the future, or wanting to build a Lechang temple. But she is undertaking the task of the Tathagata, wanting to build such a huge temple. When I see that, Amitabha, you still want to work that hard? And having a blueprint drawn, and where's this, and the Homa hall, where the Homa hall should be, what things should be upstairs or downstairs, I don't care. But that's no good either. You'll fall into nihilism. It's good to have something to do too. I know everything is empty. So someone asked me, what is your hope for through the school? How it will develop in the future? I replied, I never thought of it, and I have no plan for it. No expectation. Like what they said earlier, that the lineage will continue for thousands of years. But that's irrelevant to you. Although I say that, but if it should break, it will break. I would not be able to be resurrected anyway. Saying that I was the Seng Yan Lu in the past life, I want to rebuild it again now. No, just let it be. All that's left now is the illness, the empty illness. Even this illness is also empty. The Bodhisattva with illness accepts all sensations without feeling them. So what is this? Accepting sensation without feeling them? Vimalakirti is being ambiguous. I will argue with him when I'm back home. So the Bodhisattva with illness accepts all sensation without feeling them. So feeling them is the same as not feeling them. Not feeling them is the same as feeling them. I don't like you talking like this. It's impossible to describe. That's all he could say. So I'm forgive him. forgiving him. Even without fully mastering Buddha Dharma, they do not extinguish sensation but use them as a means of realization.
你就是这样子做就对了啦，起不起正也不在你。
What is wanting realization or not is not up to you. You just do it.
就是这样。
That's all.
人家虚云老和尚那么老了，他还在盖庙。
The venerable elder Xu Yun, at his old age, he was building a temple,
你也对不起那么
and
多
people
庙啊，你为什
ask,
么要盖庙？
"You're already so old. Why are you still building a temple? Will you live in this
但是我
temple?"
是在
No.
播种啊，庙就是佛
But I
的
am
种子啊。
sowing the seeds, and because the temples are the seeds of the Buddhas, I just want to build.
来一下子炸
And
弹
then
一炸
after
就
they
没有
built
了
it,。
你
and
为
it
什么要
was
盖？
bombed by the
你的
Japanese,
庙
and
一
then
下子
why
就被
did you
日
want to
军
build
炸
it?
了，就没有了。盖
Because
得
your
那么辛苦
temple
干什么？
will be
没办法，
gone
就是
after
盖。
building it with such a difficulty.
莲池
Well,
就是盖，
he continued. He just want to build it. Just doesn't matter. Just want to
对
build
不
it.
对？
The same with
那是佛
Dianzi.
的种子啊，
We just want to build it. And those are the seeds of the Buddhas.
归他炸，
If they want to bomb it, let them bomb it.
烧归他烧，盖。
They want to burn it, let them burn
我就
it.
是盖。
But I build it. I just build it.
像我现在来讲，我就是修法。
Like for me now, I just
至于
practice.
结果怎么样？
And as for the result, I just neglect it. I don't
那莲
care.
池也是一样啊，
The same with Dianzi Sangsi
我就是
Master.
要把这个佛的种子盖下去啊，将
I
来
just want to build the
归谁
seed of
就
the
归谁
Buddhas.
都不管。
And in the future, it doesn't matter who it will belong to.
色身有苦念恶气，众生起大悲心。我告诉你，就是因为看到众
By
生
experiencing bodily
身体的
suffering,
苦啊，还有恶气啊，那个六气全部都是苦啊，才生起
and
这
they
个
think of
大
beings
慈悲
in miserable realms and generate great compassion.
大慈悲的
By
心。
seeing the sufferings of sentient beings in the six rebirth realms,
我不但
they
调伏
generate
自己
great
也
compassion.
调伏众生啊。
So I tame myself as well as taming sentient beings.
但除其病而不除法，
They eradicate the illness but
病
not the
本而
Dharma.
教导之。
They teach to cut off the root of the illness.
这个教导众生，自己有病，
Teaching
众生有
sentient
病，
beings. You are sick when sentient
当
beings
然
are
要
sick.
把这个病要给它去除掉。
And of course, you
但是
want
这个
to
法便没有去
eradicate
除，
the illness,
便没
but
有
not the
而不
Dharma.
除法，为断病本而教导之，就教导
And
众
they
生。
teach to cut off
这
the
是一
root
种
of the
慈悲。
illness. And teaching sentient beings is a kind of compassion.
所以我因为知道自己身上有病，你会体会到众生的
Because
身体
when
有病是什么样子。
you have illness on your body, you will
你得了这个
understand
病
or
以后，你
empathize
知道这种
with
病
the
的苦，你
illnesses
也
of
知道
sentient
众生的苦。
beings. So
因
by
为你
being
知道
ill, you
你自己的
know
苦，
the
知道
suffering
众
of
生的
being
苦，
ill,
你才会
and then you know the
慈悲
suffering
众生。
of the sentient beings,
你没有
and
受过这种苦，
upon
你
which
不知
you
道这
would
种苦，
generate compassion
你
toward
不
them.
产生慈
If you
悲
never
心。
suffer it
你得到这
yourself,
种
you
苦，
don't know
你
what
就
it's
会产生
about,
慈悲心，
and
因
you
为
will
众
not
生也会
generate
有病，
the mind of
你也会
compassion.
慈悲众生。
Because sentient beings can be ill too, and therefore you can be compassionate toward
这
them.
个是互相的，互相的，
So that's why
就
it's
是因为
mutual.
这样子
And
来做
because
一
of
种
this,
教导众生，
you use it to teach
慈
sentient
悲众
beings
生，教导众生。
and be compassionate towards sentient beings.
我只能够这样子讲哈，这个
That's all I can say.
这边还有哦，
And more.
你又在谈病啊？都。
Are you still talking about illness?
好，谢谢大家。Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum. Thank you,
非
everybody.
常感